What's happening, everybody? Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Ball Sports Network. Thank you guys for the continued support. Continue to hit the like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because I upload videos every single day. Now, there are talks that the Seattle Seahawks are very intrigued in the front runners to sign Antonio Brown when he becomes available after Week 8, serving his suspension from the NFL due to all the off-field stuff he does because he can act like an idiot at times off the field. But what this means to me, and a lot of people are questioning this decision because Antonio Brown has so much baggage and Antonio Brown acts really dumb off the field, and Antonio Brown can be a handful for any team. I mean, he was a handful for the Raiders, for Pittsburgh, and for New England. So we understand that there is a lot that comes with Antonio Brown. But I believe if the Seattle Seahawks are able to sign AB, they will punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. Yes, I said it. If the Seattle Seahawks are able to sign AB, Antonio Brown, they will go to the Super Bowl. And they might go to the Super Bowl anyway, but I believe that they just secured their spot to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl if they get AB. Now, here's why. A lot of people are like, well, the Seattle Seahawks have a great passing offense, and Russell Wilson having a career year, and DK Metcalf is an emerging star. And all of this is true. All of this is true. But just like the Kansas City Chiefs, the rich get richer, and they have the leading rusher as a rookie, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he's the leading rookie rusher, and he's having an amazing year. They went out and did what? Signed Le'Veon Bell, because you can't have too many weapons. When you're a great team and you have a great quarterback, there's no such thing as too many weapons. There is no such thing as too many weapons. And AB is a weapon that they do not have in Seattle. DK Metcalf is an emerging great receiver. He ain't Antonio Brown. I'm going to just be real. He is not AB. A lot of people, because AB acts so dumb and we haven't seen him play football in a while, we forget who this man is. Let me list off the last 5 full seasons that Antonio Brown, his yardage and his touchdowns. His last 5 full seasons, Antonio Brown, dating back his catches, yards, touchdowns, dating back to 2018. So in 18, he had 104 catches, 1,297 yards, and 15 touchdowns. 17, 101 catches, 1,500 yards, 9 touchdowns. 16, 106, 1,284 yards, 12 touchdowns. 15, 136, 1,800 yards, and 10 touchdowns. This man, AB, is a monster. This man, AB, is a monster. And what will he do for DK Metcalf? He will make him a better receiver. And here's why. Because the last time we saw Juju Smith-Schuster, his best season as a pro, the year that he was voted the offensive MVP for the Pittsburgh Steelers, was in 18 when AB was there. Was in 2018 when Antonio Brown was there. And that's what pissed AB off so much, because Juju was voted offensive MVP and not AB, who had 104 catches, almost 1,300 yards, and 15 touchdowns. Juju Smith-Schuster had his best year as a pro. I think the same thing can be done for DK Metcalf. You guys talk about Greg Olsen, he's old, man. He's okay, but he's old tight end. Brandon Moore is a solid receiver. Tyler Lockett is a solid receiver. They aren't Antonio Brown. You put Russell Wilson, who's been working out with AB, Antonio Brown, and DK Metcalf on the field at the same time with Chris Carson in the backfield and catching passes out the backfield, the Seattle Seahawks offense will be unstoppable. Go out and get AB. Yes, go out and get Antonio Brown. Now, a lot of people are hesitant because of the stuff he does off the field. Now, Antonio Brown, I am not here to vouch for that man's character. That man has issues. That man has a lot of problems. What he did in Oakland with the Raiders, what he did in Pittsburgh to wear out his welcome was horrible. Don't get me wrong. Was horrible. And then the stuff that took place in New England was horrible. The man, and what he's done, his domestic violence issues and his issues with the mother of his children and these different women, I'm not here to vouch for that stuff. I'm talking strictly football. Strictly football. He will propel the Seahawks to be the favorites in the NFC, and I think he'll propel them to the Super Bowl. Now let's talk about AB's issues really quick. Now, AB had his issues with Pittsburgh. They came at the end. He didn't like Ben. He felt like Ben got too much credit when AB felt like he was the star. He didn't like that Juju got the MVP, and he just went on a Twitter rant and basically forced Pittsburgh's hand to get him out. He went Facebook Live one time in the locker room and heard Mike Tomlin say some things that people didn't like, but you shouldn't be Facebook Live and in the locker room. It's so stupid. And I still see kids do that today, which is another incredible thing. But regardless, AB did it like 5 years ago. It was dumb. And he wore out his welcome and they traded him. And then he went to Oakland and he berated Mike Mayock and called him out of his name and did all of these things. And he wore out his welcome in Oakland. And he wore it out so fast and so vigorously, they took back all his money. They took the man's money, the guaranteed money they were supposed to give him. He wore it out before he cashed the check. So they null and voided it. So but think about when all that stuff happened. He never played a game for the Raiders. And he did it at the end of his contract, essentially, with Pittsburgh. So they traded him. Those things happened off the field. Now, AB being late to meetings and missing the last game of the season in 18, I don't know if y'all remember that. That I can't speak for. That's why he only played 15 games in 18, and they were going for a playoff spot. He missed that last game of the season because he missed a meeting and all that stuff. He flew to Miami. He was supposed to be sick, and I don't know if you guys remember all that, but all that stuff happened. I can't speak for that kind of stuff. But the production on the field speaks for itself. Now, in New England, he was going to play. He got into some trouble with the woman. It was under investigation. And instead of just shutting up, he went on tweeting about the woman. And that's why the Patriots cut him, because they don't take no foolishness. And that's the thing that the Seahawks have on their side. Because they have such a good team, because they really don't need Antonio Brown, his leash will be this big. He'll have the shortest leash in NFL history because they don't really need him. But he can. The risk versus reward is so great. The reward is so great while the risk is very minimal. They have the leverage. They won't have to pay him anything. And they can just get rid of him if something happens, which I don't think it will, because they have a legit chance of winning the Super Bowl. And if you know AB, if you listen to him talk, he wants to win. He wants to be great. Don't get me wrong. These numbers speak for themselves. He wants to be great. 11,000 yards in 9 seasons. He wants to be great. You don't get 11,000 yards in 9 seasons by being average or mediocre. He wants to be great. And I think because that risk is so low, the reward could potentially be so great, I'd go out and get AB if I was the Seahawks. Russell has worked with him. The backup quarterback, Geno Smith, has worked with him. And the system and the structure that they have in Seattle is great. It's great. It is what it is. And they have had a history of getting rid of guys that they felt like tried to break up or ruin the culture or ruin what they got going on. They got rid of Richard Sherman. They got rid of Earl Thomas. They got rid of, plenty of players before AB, Michael Bennett. So bring in AB and elevate your team. Acquiring talent, getting a talent like AB like that for pennies on the dollar, they don't come around very often. Let me know, and especially in a league that is passing, especially with a quarterback that is playing his best ball ever. Hall of Fame quarterback playing his best ball ever, and you can get him AB, there's no way I'll pass it up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, my name is Jeff Lightsy Jr. with the Ball Sports Network. Thank you guys for listening. I'll see you next time.